Howdy y'all, thanks for clicking in today. This is our third pool we bought from Coleman. We had a 14 and 18 and this is the 22 foot. So I thought we could share a few tips. We're kind of above ground pool pros at this point. We love these things so much that every time we just go up in size because they just get funner and our kids keep getting bigger. But I have done several videos, so I've gotten thousands of comments. We have never once had a bad experience with any of these pools or parts missing. But I can tell you first thing from what people have said, unpack your pool, find the instructions. Hopefully they have them. Sometimes they don't, no joke. But find those instructions, count all the parts, make sure everything is there before you just go ham on this thing. Because sometimes there are parts missing. Always keep the box, don't throw it away until the pool is all the way up. You're gonna want all the phone numbers on there if you need to order extra parts, things like that. But again, we've never had a bad experience, or else we wouldn't keep buying them. We love them. This is a really easy pool to put together. You can have two people. It was basically my husband and my two daughters putting this thing together. The hardest part, you could do it by yourself, I think, but there's one point that's gonna get tough. All these parts interlock. This one has the frame parts will click, so you know if you got something wrong. I mean, you don't have to like hound the instructions. Most of it you can just figure out very simply. But it's nice to have one person kind of lining out parts around the pool and then a couple people threading the frame pieces through the liner. The worst part of this is once you get the top of the frame done, you're gonna need a person on either side of you to lift the frame up as you weave these legs through the bottom of the liner. It really helps to have a couple people. This right here is the worst part. And see how they're just helping him on the left and the right there? That helps a ton. I think you could do it without. If you were by yourself, you could absolutely manage, but it's so much easier to have a couple people on hand. The ladder was the worst part of this pool putting together. It was kind of complicated and it took a lot of force. I would suggest a rubber mallet if you're not mega buff, because the ladder kind of sucks to put together. And the next important thing is the liner. Woo! Now this is one of the most important parts, I feel like, is smoothing out this liner. You're gonna run your hose and you're only gonna go a couple inches because this is what keeps your pool clean. If you can't vacuum the bottom on a nice, smooth, flat surface, then it's gonna be dirty forever. So you really wanna smooth out the liner. Take the time. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Get it, push! Oh my goodness. Are you ready for the pool, Heart? This box is your pump. Your pump that comes with the pool. I already have a bigger upgraded one, so I will be running that, but I am going to use all of these fittings and the nice new hoses as long as they all fit and link up. Okay, so you got these two smaller hoses here, one bigger one, and then one with a big connector. These are caps for your skimmer. If you upgrade your skimmer, you're going to close one of these off because the smaller pools only have one intake, but these big dogs, they got two intakes. So you'll see that one, and then they're going to come together and teeth. So your two holes here, those are your intake, and that's going to shoot back out. Four right here, gonna go on these ends, this guy. Now we're gonna connect the other, put another one of these on. And that is gonna go right there. That is on there. That's your two intakes together. So now we're gonna take this end of it. This end would go onto your filter. Okay, so next we're gonna go with the shorter hose right here. Or if you're running the pump that comes with it, it's gonna go onto that. If you get an upgraded skimmer, this right here, you're gonna unscrew the braided part of this, and that's what you're gonna twist your skimmer backing to. They did a really good job labeling all the coordinated parts on this pool. Again, it's pretty tough not to know what goes where. Very self-explanatory. This is the return right here. This is the final hose that we put on. I'm trying to do everything left-handed, which is super smart. I'm just too lazy to grab the tripod, of course, but this here goes over that final hole, and the backside of this is what you'll actually end up if you get a vacuum later on. This is what you're gonna hook the vacuum up to, most likely. The pumps that these pools come with are meant to be temporary. They might get you through the first season, and if you decide pool life is for you, I strongly suggest you invest in the future in a nice upgraded pump. We love our sand filter. This is the Intes 2800 that we use, and we absolutely love it. I've had it for 4 or 5 years now. It's awesome, and it makes a world of difference. Our long hose here. We are going to hook it up. It's really tidy, lefty loosey. Right. This. Maybe I'm going to put this onto this fitting here. And now we've got our in and our out. So if you're using this, it's either going to be there or there. So on these bigger pools where you do an upgraded pump, usually you wind up upgrading your skimmer. These are generally for this. What you would do is you would cap off, you would take the second one of these and you would put that inside, and that would draw all of the intake just to one for that giant suction to go. It makes that suction better so that you get all of the crap that's floating on the pool goes into that. So we filled it with our sand, we got it up to our levels. Okay, we're all set. We've got pool sand, and this is just mine. This extra hose is for the backwash, so that I can get it all the way over to the gravel. Just had a big windstorm coming in now, of course. And before I even got it full, so I can't run the pump, but now we're getting lots of sticks in there already. So, but this is about a day and a half of the water running, and it's only this far. So 10,000 gallons is quite a bit. Is it full yet? Still filling. This is day number 3. It's been running since like 4 in the morning. Still not full. So it took like 4 or 5 days just to get this thing filled. So there's no chemicals in it right now. I just got the pump. It was finally full enough I can turn the pump on now. My girls were going around it in circles when it was filling up, and which made a little tornado. So there's this pile of gunk that's still sitting in the center that hasn't moved. But you can see across the top of this thing there is just like floaty little pollen and the trees. So, and there's tons of dirt down in the bottom. So step 1 I think is gonna be vacuum, kick the pump on. Great, my cat just jumped up here. He's smart. Thunder boy. Get down, bro. This is an upgraded pump. It does not come with the pool. I bought this separately. But it's really easy, and I highly suggest Intes 2800. It's awesome. So you turn it on. You can set it to timer as well. I'm just gonna turn it on, and so we at least got some circulation, and then I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum. Right. It arrived early. We got our skimmer. I had to buy one compatible with the Best Way, because my old one was compatible with Intes, and for some reason the fittings didn't work out, so this is the new one. It's got, I like when they have instructions. Sometimes they're not always the best, but sometimes they don't even come with any instructions. So I think a lot of people already know what a skimmer is and why you'd want one, but if you don't, if you're brand new and you're just like, why is everybody getting upgraded skimmers? It's insane to do that. This is why right here. Because if you don't catch the debris that floats around on top of your pool, it's gonna sink to the bottom. And any kind of live matter like that, like organic material, leaves, and like just bugs in general, you're gonna get a lot of bugs on here. And say they just go around and around, and they can't get down to your regular inlets, which are down like a foot below the surface. This skimmer here is a surface skimmer, and he bobs up and down. You don't want him to bob out like that, but he's gonna suck. Well, he's gonna sit like this and just kind of float up and down. And when things go by, gonna grab them. It's gonna suck it down to the bottom, where it's gonna go through your regular inlet, down into your hopefully upgraded pump. That's a pretty good option to do. And then your sand filter, and then it's gonna come back out clean and return to your pool. So these, without a skimmer, all the leaves and anything that falls on here eventually, it's gonna sit out here long enough that it's gonna just break down and fall to the bottom, and then you're either gonna have to vacuum it. It will never leave the pool without being vacuumed, and then that turns into bacteria, which is gonna just eat right through your chlorine. So it saves you money, it saves you time. You want your pool as clean and clear as possible, the least amount of debris. So they are not only like, I'd say it's like a necessary upgrade on a pool that's bigger than, I don't know, my 14-footer. I would, knowing now, I would definitely put one on. I wouldn't say you need that, but if you go bigger than that, definitely. And you've got the upgraded pump, definitely get yourself an upgraded skimmer. That's about it for setup. The rest is just fun tips. Please put your pool, 10,000 gallons is no joke. Please put it on level ground, and check out my other videos for help with chemicals and things like that. Make a note of the, I don't think a lot of people know this, that when you go to empty the pool, the plug, it's actually pretty close to where the pump is right there. So it's not far from there, but once you open that, you actually have to, there used to be a tool that came with the pool that you'd have to use to put on top of there. It looks like now you can just unscrew it and then put your hose on there, but back in the day, you used to have to insert a little plastic piece. So I don't know on this one. Wow, the new pole came. So big. And I got a nice brush finally, or a brush attachment. I've never had a nice one. But wow, that's so cool. In the Walmart fishing section, I found the perfect little bee catching skimmer net for less than $1. And then since they float, since we're swimming, I can just leave one in there, because when I'm on the floaty, I'll pass a bee, or my daughter will be like, "Mom, there's a bee." So this is a great one to have just kicking around, or if it's not floating, I put these little baskets on over here. I just keep it in there. So this fits perfect, and I can just stir around, grab up whatever debris, leaves, and then go right here, dump it in there. This one here holds your pool toys, pretty nice. They don't look so bad either. But for anybody who doesn't know, if you have hangers like this is a good hack. I have another video on it, on that frame there, and then you clip on both sides your cover. Alright, so I had this cover on. Nice. Probably could have caught that. Cute little frog log. I had to lighten the load. I had too many rocks, and it was making it stick like it was stuck out of the water, like that, kind of. It just wouldn't go nice, so I emptied half the rocks, and now it sits perfect. So you can use them on the above grounds. It's a critter saver. My cat's always walking on the edge. And then we got a ton of bees right now. I gotta put up a fake hornet's nest, because I think there's one floating right there that just landed. Our most cherished and fought over pool toy, bar none, is the watermelon ball. You gotta get one of those. I love these phone covers. They float, they save your phone. You gotta get you some fun pool floaties, and then remember you can anchor them through the handles. Also, don't forget to extend your warranty for free. That's awesome to do. Appreciate you for hanging out with us today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Enjoy your pool this summer and many, many more. Are you excited, Heart? Are you so excited? Did you get a new pool, lady? Did you get a new pool?